All right, Hasbro has made an entire generation of collectors happy, releasing the Indiana Jones 6-inch Adventure Line series. Absolutely incredible figure. I was able to find one at Target. They're starting to hit the stores. People who pre ordered them on Hasbro Pulse, they're starting to arrive. So I wanted to take an opportunity to kind of open this guy up and share it with the world because it does belong in a museum. Also, interestingly enough, I did not realize that there was going to be a built-in artifact where each of the figures comes with a piece of the arc to put together, which they do that for Marvel Legends, and it makes collecting a lot of fun because it inspires you to pick up those extra figures to make sure that you get the pieces so you can build it. And also, if you're looking aftermarket, you can usually find some of the lesser popular figures for a pretty good deal on eBay or on clearance because people are only interested in the Build-A-Figure piece. All right, so we freed Indy and taking a look. The Harrison Ford likeness from the original movie is pretty spot on. He's got his adventurer stubble. He's got his hat. He's got his gun holster, which has a little flap to hold the gun in place. The one criticism I did hear about this figure is that the hat is not removable. It's Hasbro, so in the past they've done multiple heads. In this series, they might not be doing multiple heads per figure, but I've already seen some other figures in line from the other movies, and they do have their versions without hats. So if we want, we can buy the other figures and swap them out. But I just want to do a quick zoom in on the pants right here. They have a little bit of dust on them or dirt because it's Indy. He's a rugged guy. It just that attention to detail that Hasbro put into this figure is pretty incredible. Just they really nailed the visuals of this one, and the movement's pretty good too. Typical Black Series or Legends figure that their joints are a little bit clunky from time to time, but the articulation is amazing. Where the accessories come, this is a windowless packaging, so similar to G.I. Joe Classified. The weapons and accessories come in a little bag that you rip open, and it's got the map on it, so if you have a little plane, you can recreate the scenes of Indy traveling with a plane and a red marker if you have that available. So the first accessory that captures my eye is the fertility idol. This is what Indy opens up the movie with, trying to go after. He's got a nice little butt sculpt on there, so if you need an action figure or a little toy that has nice butt detail, this is your figure. He comes with punching hands in case he comes across any Nazis. Indy loves punching Nazis. And then here are the arc pieces for the Build-A-Figure that Indy comes with, which is the birds that go atop. Really cool detail. He gets a thumbs up for the arc. Also good if he happens to run across anyone on a train who doesn't have a ticket. He's able to throw them off. And here's his little pistol that goes into his little satchel. He's got his trigger finger hand that he comes in the package with, or if you want to change it up. And then he's got his various whips, because what's Indy without a whip? So let's take a closer look. This is an interesting looking whip. It, on the packaging, it looks like it is more movable or bendy. I was almost expecting it to be a little bit more moldable. It kind of swings back in. It's kind of all knotted up the way it was packaged. It's not going to look natural when he holds it. I'm not sure if there's going to be a way to like loosen it up or make it more flexible. So I'm probably going to always display him with the rolled up one that goes into his hand. If anyone has any better ideas on how to use that extended whip or how to make it kind of mold a little bit more, let me know. Actually, this is interesting. I just took off Indy's hand to put on the hand to hold the whip, and he's got a peg attached to his actual arm, as opposed to the other Hasbro figures usually have the peg on the hand. So this is a completely different. I pulled over a Marvel Legends figure for comparison. I always have my favorite Ghost Rider figure nearby. Just pull off his hand as I normally do. And you can see that the peg is on the inside versus the peg on the outside. Whether or not that's just a design of the figure or if that's done to make sure that people aren't swapping hands back and forth, so they have to buy indie compatible figures to swap their hands. Interesting design. I don't think I've seen any of the other Hasbro figures, at least that I've pulled apart, have the peg attached to the hand, but I will have to start pulling apart my my other figures, like maybe the Ghostbusters one. I haven't checked them, but I know that the Marvel Legends and Black Series figures have the pegs on the hands. All right, so there is Indy with how I'm probably going to display him, holding his pistol with his trigger finger. He's got his hat and his Indy look, and he's got his rope in his hand, ready to hop into action and, save the day, swing, whip some people. Just overall amazing figure. The likeness is just really amazing, and yeah, I give him a thumbs up. Or actually, Indy will give himself a thumbs up with his own thumb. So great. Pick it up. Love this figure.